Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Brett from the All Blueian, and I am here to bring you another chapter review. This time for One Piece chapter 1109. I'm aware that I did not review or oh, that's very loud. I did not review or react to chapters 1100 and 700, 1108. I did read them. I just didn't have time to make a video. But we're here, 5 in the morning, making another video. This should be up before by Saturday, but if not, it'll be up Sunday morning. Just been a really busy couple of weeks, so. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. You can tell I'm kind of like freshly awake, you know. We're gonna start off. So chapter 1109. I got my liquid crack. Let's go. Chapter 1109, titled Termination. A cover story, not a reader request. Interesting. Cover story 26. A submerged Onigashima. Interesting. So is Pluton... Are we gonna find out that the ancient giant that was Onigashima was just Pluton? Or like the accommodator of Pluton, like how Shirahoshi is the accommodator for Poseidon, and we don't know who the accommodator for Uranus is, probably Vivi, but, you know, or Eam or somebody, Lily, you know. But every time I've seen this giant katana here, I've always wondered, you know, somebody at some point wielded that. Probably, obviously, the ancient giant here, whose skull we see. But, yeah. Somebody at some point held that katana. And if we're gonna get, like, old Wano in a cover story, I think we're gonna get Kaido and Big Mom. And I think it'll lead into possibly, because what we saw last chapter with Blackbeard, or with, Caribou bringing Black the back. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, you can tell I just woke up. Caribou bringing the Blackbeard pirates the information on the ancient weapons. So it would be very interesting if Blackbeard himself goes to Wano and just removes that wall with the Quake Fruit. And just... There's Kaido and Big Mom, Pluton. I'm here for it. But I'm really starting to wonder if that giant skull was either the original Pluton, and he was just considered an ancient weapon. Because one thing I noticed as well, let me see if I can find the picture. I'll put it up on stream. And I'm sure everyone else has noticed this too. This isn't like a... If you look at Shirahoshi, what does she have around her neck? What does that look like to you? See this little ribbon here? And then let's look up Gear 5 Luffy. What does Gear 5 Luffy have around his neck? See a little ribbon? Same shape. Everything. You know, obviously Shirahoshi's not a Zone Eater. I mean, hell, even look at Eneru. And now, a Maru form. Look, what's around Adele's neck? I mean, I think this is just a Loki awakening, mimicking his own, but still. But like Shirahoshi, has this ribbon. She's a living creature. She operates an ancient weapon. She has this ribbon. I think there's obviously a meaning for that. And obviously we'll figure it out. But I 100% am going to get the vibe that every ancient weapon is going to have this ribbon. And that they're all alive. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. I think that there were inspirations, like fake ancient weapons made. 100%. I have a video, I've kind of laying stuff out for that. I'll make that eventually. But, because Tom's master at some point built a Pluton. Like, someone, like one of like the ancestors that eventually passed the plans down to Frankie built a Pluton at some point. And I don't think Pluton's a battleship. I think it's considered a battleship. I don't think it's a battleship. I think it's the literal land god. Just like how Poseidon... There's something I saw that I don't... It's a theory I read, so I can't take credit for it. But... I know I'm talking all this just about the cover story. But, if Luffy is the sun god... And I consider this a cop-out, right? I don't want this. But Luffy is the... Someone broke this down. You could probably look it up on Reddit and find it. If Luffy is the sun god... Pluton is the land god. Uranos is the rain god. And Poseidon is the forest god. And I know what you're saying. Like, Poseidon's ocean. What do you mean? Like, but what's it called? In One Piece. Sea forest. One Piece. The sea forest. And what did it look like when the Lucia was destroyed? Looks a lot like falling rain. Like nuclear rain. That's what it looks like. And, yeah. Looks a lot like rain. Now, mind you, I don't want this. I want the fruits to be a thing. You know, on top of that, I've always subscribed to the theory that there's more than 4 gods in One Piece. But it would be interesting if there were 4 individuals back in the Void Century who had... I don't want to give away too much because I am making a video about this at some point. If there were 4 individuals in the Void Century, maybe they were all on Jinbei's crew, on Joy Boy's crew. You know, you had Joy Boy himself, who could have just been the original Nika, or could have had the Nika fruit. Excuse me. And then you have someone on their crew who is Pluton. You know, someone on their crew who is Uranus. Someone on their crew who is Poseidon, the mermaid princess. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But that is the theory I saw. I wouldn't hate it. But I also, you know, my theory is, as far as the 4 main gods, because my theory has always been the 4 main gods that they talk about are the ones that were on Joy Boy's crew. And there are other ones. You know, there are 100% other ones. Like, there's a Verth, there's all these other things. But that might be the case. You know, where the ancient weapons and the sun god, the ancient weapons and the sun god were all just pirates on a fucking crew back in the Void Century, and they were the original Straw Hats, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I mean, I guess we've spent a lot of time talking about this. We can move on to a different discussion, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm going off of here. And I think there's gonna be multiple gods. I don't think that there's gonna be a whole pantheon. You know what I mean? It's just I think that these four sided with Joy Boy, or these three. But what I want, and I've broken this down for a while, is what I personally think is the Forest God. I might be reading too much into this. I might just be, reading way too much into this. But the Forest God is going to end up being Chopper. Because he's a deer that signifies, the forest. And a lot of the forest protectors, are deer in Japanese mythology. I don't have all my notes in front of me, so I can't fully break it down. But, like, Chopper's who I think the Forest God's going to turn out to be. That's why his main form, he doesn't look like a human when he transforms. Like, he's got all these different points and everything. Like, it's a weird fucking devil fruit. Just like how Luffy's didn't make sense to be the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And, what else? I think Loki, the leader of Elbaf, will be the rain god. Because rain in Japan is associated with mist, and they're both associated with illusions. And Loki is the god of mischief in Norse mythology. So I think Loki will be the rain god, and I think that, as far as the land god goes, probably... I've had a theory for a while that if we do go the route that every god has a devil fruit equivalent, like, you could even argue there's, like, a real one, and there's a devil fruit equivalent. Like, there might be a Poseidon devil fruit. We don't know. But if you're going to go the route that there's, like, every god has a devil fruit equivalent just because someone looked at them at some point and went, hey, I want this power. I really wish I had this power. I have always thought that Whitebeard was the land god, and the only reason he never awakened his fruit at Marie-Joie, besides Oda not explaining awakenings yet, even though he kind of did, is, it was stated that Whitebeard could destroy the world. And maybe it's a thing where whenever he awakened, like, maybe he was land god Verth or something, but whenever he awakens, he could destroy a whole island. He could destroy the whole world. And that's why he didn't want to awaken his fruit in Marie-Joie, because not only would he have taken down Marineford, he would have killed his people. He's not going to do that. He would have probably killed Ace. He wasn't going to do that. So, that's why Whitebeard, this is scary to think about, never fought seriously. And I don't mean like he never fought seriously, like he used Haki, Conquerors, like he went all out. I don't think he ever awakened his fruit on purpose. Like, I think he awakened it, realized its power, and then backed off. That's what I personally think. That's me. But hey, we've been talking about this for 15 minutes. Let's move on. This cover story, I definitely think it's going to lead back into Big Mom, and I think we might see Pluton. Look at the hole. Look at this giant crevice under Onigashima. With old Wano. Bitch, that's where Pluton is. Just saying. It's like a grave marker, Stella, is this wise? Message to the world. So we're getting like a flashback? Even if you set this broadcast to start suddenly, it may not work. What do you mean, Shaka? We're counting too much on people being ready to receive and relay this. You know how it is with information. Agencies always spread the news around the world by the next day. As soon as they receive it, the word will spread across the world by the next day. Man, my hair is fucked. Oh well. When I finish this video, I'm gonna take a shower and go about my day. Huh. There we go. If you think so, but what if someone intercepts or censors our message? Where's my cursor? Okay, there it is. I have so many monitors. What the? Where is this broadcast coming from? You're right, any suggestions? Oh, they're just talking! It's coming from every ship's transponders now. We can piggyback off the Navy's comm traffic. Cut the connection! Cut the connection! That's the thing. We can't kill all the snails. Oh, that would allow us to force a nationwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at maximum. Luffy's that's a panel. Look at that panel with Luffy. He's just like, huh? He's just like nonchalantly holding Kizaru like a kid holding an action figure. He just got Saturn like when you ever have like a little kid charge you or something, and you like put your hand out and grab their head. Oh man. I see. That'll make it possible for anyone with a transponder snail to receive our initial voice message. They'll still need a while to prepare their visual transponder snails. Time to set that up will vary from place to place. Oh, Saturn's sweating. Look at this. Let's take an interval of 1 hour. What are you planning to say, Vegapunk? That's Vegapunk, right? An hour? That's too long. Did you realize what will happen in that time? Where is it coming from now? Just Dory. There are people who won't be pleased when we start this broadcast. They may find a way to terminate it before we finish. Ah, fair point. In that case, let's set the preparation interval to 10 minutes. Vegapunk, that's your voice, right? Hey. Hey! Yeah, Vegapunk dead. He's fucking dead. He's dead. People of the world. His heart stopped, we'll say. The Holy Land of Marijois. What is this transmission? Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk? What is the meaning of this? Kizaru delivered a killing blow. So they're communicating, like, telepathically, which is weird because that's how we saw Shanks talking to Green Bull. Keep that in mind. That's how we saw Shanks talking to Green Bull. So there's more to this. Oh. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we find out that like if the stronger Straw Hats can use this ability at some point. Unless it's just a thing where only people with like the Celestial Dragon blood can do it. I don't know. He should be dead. Could he have set up a dead man switch so that the message would play upon the death of his main body? That seems likely. We have no way of knowing what he will say. Oh, you know exactly what he's gonna say. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I think I'm getting cold. No. If we can just pinpoint the source of this broadcast, the only location that seems plausible is the Labostratum on Egghead. It's currently protected by that barrier of his. What should we do for the remaining 9? And I'm sorry, that barrier, really? That thing sucks. What should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? We could get inventing. There's much to do. How about some coffee? I'm just fucking around. Did you hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. He's trying to tell the entire world something. It must be a big deal. Get a transponder snail out here. Put up a screen. Sorry, we only have 10 minutes. Huh. Big fucking snail. So, oh, it's Rebecca. The wise men Luffy Land kidnapped. What's happening? Don't tell me you guys trust another bad article about Lucy. She looks just like Nami. Oh my goodness. God, Rebecca, you looking good, girl. Anyway, I can always calculate the probability of interference happening. Oh, it's Kairos. Cool. I see him in there. I'm glad to see Leo made it out of Marijois. It's good to know. We've got the video ready. Is that Vegapunk? What's the song about? I thought it was just gonna be more news bad-mouthing Luffy. A visual transponder now? If only the village had one. How about it, Mayor? Who's gonna pay for that? Wouldn't it Raising it wouldn't be free, you know? Isn't having audio enough? You kids nowadays with your TV screens, isn't radio enough? Oh, man. Good old whoop slap. Water 7. Oh, man. Ever been just so congested that, like, it builds up? Ugh. When I'm done with the chapter, I'm gonna blow my nose. Water 7. Grand Line. Wake up. This can't be good. Oh, Alice. Prepare to screen the message. Yes, Mr. President, it's already playing in the next room. Iceberg Secretary, Alice, she's like 12. Another mouse. Oda really likes mice. In before she's like Cypherpole fucking 0 or something. Screens for each dock are also being prepared. It's nighttime, but considering the importance of this event, a summons has been issued notifying all citizens to be at a screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else? World Economic Journal. What's with this feed? It's being relayed through Navy frequencies. Wow, but it's unencrypted. Where are Luffy and the others? Don't be a ditz. Look at the clock in the battleground in the background. I can't read. Wow. Don't be a ditz. Look at the clock in the background. That isn't the current time at Egghead. This must have been pre-recorded. After all, the Buster Call is bound to have reduced the island to a sea of flames by now. Is Morgan not over Egghead? Like, we need Vivi to link up with the fucking Straw Hats, Oda. What are you doing? Like, I'm gonna be actually kind of upset if he's not near Egghead, because, like, this kind of proves he's not, which kind of bothers me. Because it was pre-established that with the Black Denden Mushi, you have to be within radius. And they had one, and they were picking up on the conversations going on at Egghead. So if they're not within, like, a mile of Egghead, like, then how? It's just, it makes no sense to me. And, I'm sorry, I think it's bad writing on Oda's part to just not, like, he teased us with Yamato, he teased us with Momo, he's teasing us with Vivi. It's like, bro, you're in the final arc. Just fucking put her back on the crew. Like, just stop. Just put her back on the goddamn crew. Like, that's what you're clearly gonna do. We all know it. The entire fandom knows it. If you keep her away from the Straw Hats through the rest of the series, that's bad writing. That's a bad move on Oda's part. I'm sorry. It just is. It just is. I trust Oda. He's such a great author. I trust him to, like, make it good, regardless of what he does. But I will not be happy if she does not rejoin the crew. And it's not because I'm some diehard, like, Vivi fan. And I know this doesn't mean she won't, but, like, the whole idea was Morgan's was within radius of Egghead. And now he's not. Because he would know if the Buster Call had reduced to flames by now. So if that's the case, like, and she's nowhere near them, like, we have to get her to the Straw Hats at some point. And if, I don't know, it just bothers me. Like, just do it. Just put her there. Like, why do you need to have her with Morgan's? Like, nothing is coming of this. He's gotten the information from her that he needs. There's just no point. There's just no point to have her with Morgan's anymore. Put her on Egghead. Because, like, I don't want something, I know I'm going on kind of a rant here, but I'm not going to be happy with something like, oh, she shows up in the very, 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 very final arc. And I'm like, no, that's not good. Put her there now. Because we need to see, one, we need to see how much stronger she is. Two, we need to see how she's going to contribute to the crew. Three, she's already a member of the crew, so it's like, it fits. You know, you teased us with Yamato and Carrot. Like, just, come on. And I mean, I think they're going to wait for Kuma to die, and then she should get the Niku. But, like, still, I mean, maybe she won't, and that'll be a twist, too. Like, maybe they'll give it to fucking Usopp's thing or whatever. But, is Kabuto. But, I don't know. I'm not liking the idea that they're not near Egghead, because that kind of contradicts the whole That's a plot hole, because that contradicts the whole Black Den and Mushi. But I'll give Oda the benefit of the doubt for now. But all I know is I'm kind of tired of waiting for Vivi to do something. Like everyone's like so many people are hyping up Vivi, and it's like, what is she gonna do? Like I think there's a lot she can do, but is she gonna do anything? It's just like with Yamato, like they literally were like, I literally feel like with Yamato, Oda was like, oh, I'm gonna put her on the Straw Hat crew, and then he was like, wait a minute, I have to have someone here to explain why Blackbeard just didn't break Wano when he showed up. Or maybe Oda really doesn't think as far ahead as we give him credit for. And, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe he doesn't think as far ahead as we give him credit for, and that's just the end of it. You know? Sorry, I need to... Okay. Alright, well, let's go. Next page. That was my little rant. Give him the benefit of the doubt. West Blue. It's Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. I heard his mind was a cut above the rest. This isn't what I expected. West Blue. The man who lit up the world. Interesting. South Blue. He's going through all this trouble. What does he want the world to know? It might be the invention of the century or something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. More useless dragon who hasn't fucking moved. He's still looking east. Yeah, I've given up on Dragon. Until he does something, I'm gonna just consume Dragon's a fraud. I'm sorry. He's a fucking fraud. Anyway, like, he's done nothing besides save Luffy in the entire series. He sucks. He didn't even go to Marie Joie with his people. Like, what? Like, I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I don't know. I don't know. Hamabaka Queendom. It'll take 10 minutes to brew the coffee. What the fuck? I won't get a sip in. I see the probability of interference in this time frame is exceedingly low. What is Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, so what has he lost his head? So that's the Dr. Vegapunk everyone's always talking about? It's quite the man to do this in the middle of a crisis. Shut up, Morley. I'll be dead soon. All the revolutionary commanders. I think I'll be dead soon. Egghead. Looks like my punches don't damage you. Saturn's flailing the legs again. Saturn's legs are bending. Does Saturn have a rubbery body? That would be interesting. I'm not letting you two run off. Not till I'm sure my friends have escaped. Gum gum. Booming done. Symbol. He just crashes them together, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man, look at them. They're all, like, deflated. Wow. Since you keep getting better, no matter what. Since you keep getting better, no matter what, I'll send you flying for good. Toss! He threw something. I was gonna say, is this an explosion? But that's Saturn crashing into a ship. Oh my lord. Huh? and then shift. And Luffy's like, huh? What's it gonna take to keep you down? Kizaru-san, when the world happened, are you alright, Admiral? There's no time. He's like crying, bro. Kizaru is like just like I still think Kizaru's gonna awaken at some point. I don't know if it'll be in this arc. I don't think Kizaru I don't think his heart's in it. Like, I know he's following orders, he's doing what he's gotta do, but he probably fucking hates himself for it. And at the same time, like, it might have even been a thing where, like, and I don't think this is the case, but I've seen this theory where Kizaru Vegapunk might have told him, listen, I have a kill switch attached to me. And when you kill me, I want you to be the one to kill me, Kizaru. You know? And then when that happens, you guys will be free, you know, because the whole world will turn on the Gorosei. But now the timer starts, so. There's no time, Saturn. We cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely. That was close. There it is. This is our ship. I hope Vegapunk and the others are alright. God, that ship is massive. And then just a shock of black lightning coming out of that bit over there. Wait, what? So that's Saturn saying, yeah, so okay, hold on, go back. We cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely. Whoa, that was close. I shall perform the summoning. What are you gonna summon? Very well. Zzz, zzz, zzz. And there's just black lightning. Visual hockey? What? What's going on? It's just like when that spider geezer appeared. The planets are aligning. Are the other Gorosei showing up? This could be good, actually. This could be very good. Because now the timer starts. And are they gonna show up in their forms? Or are they gonna show up like human-like and then transform later? Very interesting. So, we got a break next week. But, like, whoa. But them rocking up, like, I don't see any way the Straw Hats are... I don't see any way the Straw Hats are going to be able to hold them off, even with the Giants. Like, that's crazy. Dory and Brogy have to get involved. On top of that, I don't even think that's enough. I do think they're going to hold them off long enough to keep for the message to get out. I think the Gorosei are gonna fail. I also think Vegapunk might have thought about this. I mean, I've been giving Vegapunk credit for too long because he's kind of showed me he's been kind of underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, but at least to me, if Vegapunk has set up something to show the Gorosei's true forms as well, like at the end of the broadcast, that would be like a live feed. That would be intriguing. But I have a lot of videos to make about this. This has been a fantastic chapter. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen with the other Gorosei. And yeah, I don't want to go on any more rants. I want to save this for future videos. There's a break next week, so I'll make like a theory video about this. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment, like it, subscribe, and if you want to stay notified for when I upload, please hit the bell. Thank you very much. Signing out.